Mrparka here to review one from Wild Eye Films. This is a Richard Griffin movie. I've been reviewing quite a bit of his lately, but he's been a pretty busy guy. And this is Frankenstein's Hungry Dead. I believe this had an alternate title or a longer title at one point, Frankenstein's Hungry Wax Museum of the Hungry Dead, or something along those lines. And essentially this film, I dig the plot, I dig the lighting, and I love the setting of the film. As a whole, I think it's decent. I think it's fun. I prefer Sins of Dracula a little bit better, and I think it's a little bit more personal movie. And I prefer Accidental Incest over this one too. This one is fun though. Like I said, essentially what we have here is a group of college kids, I believe, are high schoolers, who are pretty much your stereotypical kids. You know, kind of obnoxious. A bit of them are obnoxious, some are mean, but a couple of them are likable, I guess. And they end up getting forced to go to this wax museum as punishment, and it's ran by Michael Thurber, who's kind of doing this kind of old Hammer House of Horror style character. And the wax museum is awesome. You guys will spot, everybody will spot Universal monsters in there, Hammer monsters, even some modern people like Pennywise and Michael Myers and things like that. And it's just a great setting for a horror film. I'm a big fan of you know, wax horror movies, especially waxwork, which is reminded me of it, and probably made me really want the wax things to come to life. Obviously not going to be able to do that due to copyright and things like that. But essentially what we have here is Frankenstein, the descendant of Victor Frankenstein, Charles Frankenstein, trying to create his monster. In the wax museum he has a bunch of failed attempts, which are kind of like these brain dead monsters who will tear and rip at people, and essentially they're what attack the kids along with the doctor himself. There is some digital splatter in here, which I do not particularly care for. I always felt like a lot of the digital splatter is not needed. Like, it's like I wouldn't even noticed any lack of blood or anything like that. But it's in lots of movies. It's added in later, I think. I'm not a huge fan of it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when it doesn't work is when I'm kind of like, it takes me out of the movie just a little bit. Not always, but like I said, this isn't my favorite as much, but it's a good time. I listened to it with a commentary, and they seemed like they had a blast making. I do enjoy the cast, a lot of familiar faces in here, and probably one of my favorite scenes is the death scene in the cellar when one of the people gets tossed in with a bunch of the zombies, and this is the shot. It's actually right on the back here, so I'm not spoiling too much. That shot right there. See all the reflections in there. But yeah, I really dug that shot. I thought it was really well done, and there's some good gags in here that haven't been done before. I think people get a kick out of it. It's a fun movie. The DVD comes with commentary, and I believe it is it only the commentary on here in a director interview. It kind of an Easter egg. Look at the eyes. Eye patch on the menu. But yeah, it's a fun little movie that you know, I think some people will get a kick out of. Definitely in the style of something like 80s movie or something. But you know, with obviously the 60s style as well. Cool wax museums, cool setting, just kind of a fun movie. Not one of my all-time favorites or anything like that, but it's worth a spin. Again, I dig the colors, I like the lighting and things like that. I'm Mrparka. Thank you very much for watching, and check out Frankenstein's Hungry Dead. I think people will have a good swing with it. And you know what I also like is that he has the Sins of Dracula, the Frankenstein's Hungry Dead. It's like he's this director is going through and making his kind of Hammer style era, Universal era films. Maybe we could see a mummy one, or he even has a creature from Hillbilly Lagoon, so he's got that one already covered. So maybe we can see a werewolf one or a mummy one coming up. But Mrparka, thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.
I have sat down here, day after day, year after year, testing and experimenting on humans. The day's the day when it all pays off. As they say, always use every spare part you've got.